had their own ideas about the draft. Sometimes it's worked and they get top 6. Sometimes it's gone terrible and everything falls apart. We'll see which one this one is.
Hey, their game's been very entertaining. Their picks very entertaining so far this season. So the Bloodseeker being thrown to the offlane to keep things where they want them in terms of the matchups looks pretty solid to me. I see Toby's been playing a bit of Bloodseeker in his pubs so far. So he's got 3 wins on the week. He's 3-0. So he wants to see if he can bring that into the pro scene here.
Dude, I'm convinced that the reason that it's switching over is because offlaners just don't want to play against Bloodseeker anymore. Like,
I think it's the Slark players who bully their offlaners. That's my theory.
That's a possibility. Yeah, either one. Like, regardless of what it is, offlaners don't really want to do it. It's just that they're being forced to pick it up because Bloodseeker's carry is so freaking annoying to play against. Oh my god, I hate playing against this hero. But we'll see if he ends up going down. First blood arrow comes out. That's the combination that we've seen time and again throughout Dota 2 history. And Toby, he's going to be first blood going to TA 2000. I thought Noob was going to pick that up, but his light kick coming in just a little bit too late.
Just a smidge. Would have been nice considering the matchup, but that's okay. And obviously Puck versus Ember, a very common matchup that we see quite a bit. Used to be considered a little bit back and forth, but these days it seems like Ember's got the edge. Obviously, nothing really matters if you get Dream Code later on, though, so don't miss that, and things can look pretty good for Noob there. Much like the panel, I am shocked that Void Spirit did not show up in this game. Hard to believe considering how the hero has looked here today, so I'm looking to be very convinced by these 2 mid heroes since Void Spirit obviously was available for either team.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that they're sort of a flavor of the minute, not opting to try out. And well, we'll see if it ends up coming back to bite them at all. But as you said, both of them switching on it. So the thing that we can sort of talk about is like also the Shadow Demon Mirana combo. It's something that had fallen out of favor, I think, for a while, but seems like it could be really strong with these twin gates. If you have a moment there for Omar to just sort of head out of vision for a little bit, sneak on over maybe, or the other way, if Shadow Demon can head on down bottom, that could be a pretty nice little pickup for him.
Yeah, especially the angle of moving from the 5 to like wrapping behind the tower feels really nice. If you can get the sign or the angle for the disruption. If you just read the latest patch notes and just the state of Dota right now and what seems good, you would think that Shadow Demon is the most broken hero ever. Because if we talk about the things that seem really broken, stacking is just better and better and better. And obviously it's very easy to multi-stacks early in the game as Shadow Demon. Dispels seem to be better than they've ever been before. So this hero should be everywhere.
Well, that is maybe going to be a new little uptick in his pick usage, as Kaori actually is the one that goes down up on the top side. So they're able to bring him down. Not a bad play there. I mean, everybody's getting really low on these HP levels, which Bloodseeker's got to be loving. Toby off to a really good start after he pops that salve and forces TA 2000 back, and even gets hit there by the silence.
And yes, despite all the theory as to how Shadow Demon seems really good, he's getting out-clicked by a support Clinks, which, obviously everyone expected to see in the future of Dota 2 here. So Kataomi, again, I mean, we have talked a lot about Void Spirit, but Clinks also won a lot of games. I think both of his matches in the last series here looked pretty darn good. So now being chased by Kaori, though, obviously didn't have a chance to regen after that trading battle last time.
Count to 5. That's all it takes. Damn.
Oh, if he saw that courier. Oh, he sees it. He sees it. The Ring of Health courier up top.
Oh my god. Committed. He takes it out. That's a big one. That is really nice. I mean, Toby's still topped off on HP, but that feels bad.
If it was any other hero, it would be so much worse, Yeah. So many other offlaners would just be in such pain right now, relying heavily on that item, and then Toby's just like, whatever. I'll Bloodseeker. I'll get a Lotus. It'll be fine.
Yeah. He's good. In the meantime, Omar down bottom is getting chased around away from those Lotuses as Kaori forced to use the disruption, but does pick one up nonetheless and trying to shift around those items to get the most value out of it. Mid lane, I haven't really looked at that one too much, but as you said, the slight lead right now for Stormstormer, 23-2 versus that 18-1.
Slight lead. Yeah, it's good. Great job, bud.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, to be expected. Again, we're looking like timings on level 6, of course, in terms of rotations are always going to be very important. So that is where either one of them can take the edge. It all comes down to what supports show up as Fishman Ooh, just out of range there. It's so big right now, by the way, on Starstorm. I don't know. I feel like it just feels really nice, especially when it's only 80 mana. So you can understand why Omar was trying to like push it right to the edge there with the last right click before firing that off to see if he get the damage, because it does go far, but Pugna also runs very fast.
Yeah, he's been able to dodge a couple of different arrows and other things like that. Also getting some of these nice nether blasts. Dude, it's a lot of damage, although Fishman, has he gone too far now? Tries to turn, seeing if he can take down Amar, but no! It's not going to happen. And Watson, in fact, with the jump forward,
bro,
he's
in
trouble.
With the frost
getting
attack.
chased, getting punched. Is it enough damage? Omar and Amar, the Bash brothers, take them both down. Oh, but Toby, he's very fast now. Still fine, I think. If you can get one more stack, maybe. Now, it's a little bit too hard to chase that Bloodseeker.
Yeah, it is level 2, so the stacks that have been there could have been something, but Toby gets the second there and still missing his ring of health, but again, Bloodseeker in action here. Ooh, a little bit of a bait there. Kataomi's used to fire him back with the Tar Bomb. Speaking of annoying abilities.
Yeah. Super frustrating to play against on this Clinks. He's just everywhere. That hero. It feels like you shouldn't be able to do this much on the Clinks, but even though he did end up dying that one time, we'll see if he's going to be able to continue to sort of accelerate into that damage that we've seen come out from him in these games. As the rotation, trying to find something here onto Toby. Can't quite get him again.
He was playing so aggressive. He was closing on like 500 move speed for a little while there. I mean, again, 574 right now. Just zooming all over the place this game.
He's super fast. Really hard to play against that. But especially because like as Medusa, you want to hit that snake at like the very end of the creeps too. And so like you kind of have to just cast it on the Bloodseeker, and then you're probably only hitting him.
True. Oh, shield rune, huh? Taking there from Stormstormer. Actually, pretty solid on Ember, just for diving. Doesn't have any points in the Searing Chains though at the moment, so it is just all the slights and the Flame Guard here. So we'll have to rely on just chasing, no actual stuns. It's in the team rules, as you hear the panel mentioning, the lack of stuns. You know, just
Right.
doesn't matter if it's good for the matchup. You know that's not what's important here. It's the fact that he can't take Searing Chains.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Stats later.
You just when T thought they're finally drafting stuns, it doesn't happen.
No.
Well, that is certainly not going to be the best for trying to find kills, but gets the farm up pretty quickly as Toby continues to just beat into TA2000. But as Medusa does, throws out the Mystic Snake, gets the double hit, mana back up to about where it was before that, and even blocking stacks here as they run on over for the rune. Fishman not able to get there in time. Omar takes one while Katomi runs off to the other.
Yeah, no.
That's pretty big.
No danger of losing it here.
So that's two apiece, or one apiece rather.
Yeah. Mara down bottom here, still holding the frost attack right now. Off that devour, Netherward dropped. Try and stem the aggression, but the arrow hits. Omar, nice.
Very well played.
If he hits a huge arrow, will you yell "Omar God" again? Because that was pretty funny.
Oh my
So,
god!
I just want to have your little sound bite again.
Yeah, I'll work on it. Well, that's another death. This bottom lane, they have just been bullying them back. Another 2 deaths on these heroes after Doom was used. Man, Slark is not having a good time.
I feel like the damage numbers for Omar must be pretty good right now, because I feel like every time I look at him, he's just clicking. It's like non-stop, and just using that big body of the Doom. And also with the early Vanguard, with his item being so broken on Doom, you can go, like, because typically when you think of Doom, you used to have to go for a more defensive aura a lot of the time, but because you can just go this Vanguard, like, you just have this Frost attack, and it's such a funny one versus Slark. Like, because he's just constantly reapplying it. He wants to trade back with Essence Shift, but you're lowering the attack speed. And then he uses it to chase down a little Pugna, too, whose only defense is his fast movement speed. So it's been great. Oh, look at that hero damage. Look at that Marana hero damage. It's way up there.
It just keeps going up. And Watson, I mean, he's just got to hide away. I think the thing that's so interesting, too, is for so long, these Slarks are thought of as, like, one of the answer for the Vanguard heroes eventually, because it's hard to trade against them. But now you're also getting these rotations where They have Noob rotate up, find the kill onto Fisherman. Toby tries to back away, did not snap the coil, but does get chased. The orb not quite going to connect, but does have the waning rift. Another orb back up in a second. If he can get into range, this Witchblade hit could be pretty good, but has to now jump away from Stormstormer, who's Remnanate after him. And the chase is there for the kill. So Stormstormer cleaning up, making up for some of the problems in his side lanes.
Okay. I mean, that all happened because of the Fishman rotation up top. And I can tell you why, as I'm sure every Position 5 player knows. That's when the Slark says, listen, I need my 6. Go do something. Yeah. So even if it doesn't feel like a great play, he goes up there, tries to force something, and in the end, it gets a puck killed through the butterfly effect. So we'll call it worth it in the end. And obviously, Watson was hiding under his tower with like 200 HP, being stalked by Omar, and he finally gets the 6, regens back up, and gets to stay in the lane. Doom is back up in another 20 seconds, though, so certainly a viable time to just rotate back down here again as Omar and try and get something done. As Omar's just greening it up a little bit, stacking Ancients while farming the camp with Arrow.
Okay. So yeah, wanting to sort of build up that experience. We also do see some stacks being built in the Radiant Triangle as well. That one did not connect, but a couple others have. That's a big hard camp and then a double on the Ancients. So something that they can look back towards eventually if they feel so inclined. And Stormstormer might just go do that now. We'll see.
This, yeah, I don't know, man. This change just seems too crazy. XP from stacks.
Super good, man.
Like,
yeah,
what's
gonna
happening?
Be huge. He has 4 camps stacked, and then he's also getting the shared XP from being there when it's taken. So, yeah, he's going to be huge.
Yeah, that gave him almost 3/4 of a level.
It's really
that
nice.
Stack and just being that's so ridiculous.
Rune of double damage.
Stack your camps, everybody. It's worth it. With that said, Kaori being involved in a lot of stuff, he's already level 6.5.
I did notice there were a lot of different builds for the offlane Bloodseekers that different players have been going. Some going like right in towards those Blade Mails, Aghanim, Bloodstone styles. But Toby's been going for a lot of Spirit Vessel. Sometimes he'll skip over the Spirit Vessel if it just looks like a good earn game. So I'll be curious to see if he goes Vessel this time as up top, or sorry, rather down bottom. The arrow does not hit this time, but I don't think they're going to need it.
No. Toby moves on in to try and drop the Rupture, but Vanguard perfectly fine. The TP wouldn't have made a difference anyways. And that's just the Moonlight Shadow into Doom. So they knew the timing of it. They lose Watson. And now it's again starting to be a lead built up for Quest.
What's so frustrating too is that like the Moonlight Shadow is such a great way to initiate with a Doom that just has no ability to do it in any other way. Like doesn't have to rush in towards this Blink Dagger or something. And you know where the Slark wants to go. He either wants to be farming on that lane if possible or in these camps around here. So the good news that he will of course be able to try and sniff out any wards because he is a Slark. So it's not super viable to just like run down here as Omar, plant a bunch of wards right now to try and set up for the next Doom. But they'll still be able to just Moonlight Shadow again, smoke up, and perhaps even bring Noob next time. So expect them to keep bullying this Slark. And then you're going to have to try and find the same thing on TA2000's Medusa.
Right. Find her. A lot harder to bring down that hero without something like the Doom. I mean, it's going to be like Rupture and then Puncher, which doesn't feel great necessarily. And in the meantime, we did see some more of those stacks being built as well as sniffed out by Omar. And Amar could head over there to the area where they're at, but Stormstormer's moving in with level 10. Does have the mana battery behind him with the Pugna. He wants to try and make a move, but it looks like Quest playing a little bit more
Omar?
conservatively. Yeah. Thought about it. Finding it. Does he get the courier? He's going to get it, it looks like.
Dire's courier
Yeah, takes it down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So that was components to the entire Octarine core for Amar almost brought over to him, but not in
Yeah,
time.
I think it was just his Void Stone, so it's
Right.
it's whatever. Because of course you have your Arcane boots as Doom. Watson has another stack here. This one done up instead from Fishman. Yeah, their stacks must be ridiculous. I mean, I got hero damage numbers last time. Did you guys already show the stacks and I missed it? Because I'd love to see them again.
They did when we were looking at the other ones, but they're like 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, there we go.
11 stacks so far on Entity.
Thank you very much.
Well, Toby gets hit by the ulti. does have TP available if he feels worried about it, but still feeling very strong with his Vanguard and having stick charges and healing Lotus. He's fine. I mean, is this how you do it? You outgreed the Doom Dusa by building stacks? If it is, it's still not working. They're still falling further behind.
Dire's middle tower
You build these stacks to hopefully hit the timing where you're going to be moving. I mean, there is a defusal on Watson now, obviously, and Watson is going to be hunted. So you're kind of hoping that, you know, maybe instead of being hunted by Doom, you can go on the hunt with your team and try and find TA2000. She obviously, on Medusa, does not have the ability to sense wards like a Slark does. So maybe that could be something. What is Kaori doing here?
He was looking if they left the Wisdom Rune, but they didn't, and so he's just going to try
and
and
he's
farm
farming
their
this
stacks now.
stack.
is under attack.
I mean, I don't know. This he has 4 points up in the poison, but
It's just
gonna
a
take
lot of
little bit.
time. Yeah, it's just. I'd be like, hope my teammates don't see this. I know it's their stacks though, guys. This is worth. This is their stacks.
To be honest, like with Doom Dusa farming, I feel like Quests are cool with this. Like they're still farming up the whole map.
All right, yeah, that was a lot of gold. Yeah, I'm down. I thought maybe they try and contest top, but honestly, that's a death sentence to try and contest top at this point, versus especially versus that Pugna. Like that thing's going down. Let it go. Keep farming. Kanaomi has stalked T2000 for so much of this game, but they haven't made a move off of it.
Radiant's middle
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
I mean, it's a Dusa, right? Like it does feel sort of at this point as if Entity need to find these hero pickoffs, and Kaori getting caught. This is a good one for him. Does look like he is going to be brought down. Noob makes the rotation over. They get the rupture now onto the puck. Has to jaunt away, and they end up finding the kill on a Fishman before he goes out of there. TA2000 runs in. They have Omar leaping away. So a trade-off now of supports as Omar is caught. Watson moving into position, and it looks like they will get the second support kill.
That Slight is so much damage at this point in the game right now with that corrosion. You just see the last bits of his health bar melt away. And this is what they need. They have to move aggressively into this side of Quest. This is a big move for Noob, too, because this is a Puck who has Blink and Witchblade. And Puck obviously likes to be fighting, whereas, I mean, it kind of feels okay because, hey, I have a Doom and Medusa, and they're really farming, and that's going to be okay. But you want to flex a little bit as this Puck, right? You want to try and catch a couple of these heroes. Instead, they're probably just going to lose another tower. Since they don't have the Dream Coil or the Moonlight Shadow, this feels like a great time to push.
And the leash is there onto Medusa, losing the mana. Tries to walk away, does not have that Stone Gaze. Amar, he gets saved for the moment. Amar shows up, pushes back Fishman. And as everybody retreats, they look to have held their tower, don't lose any key heroes.
Stormstorm's Maelstrom proc almost got Omar there. But that was a nice disruption play for KRA because he predicted he was going to go for a Slight right after, and he did. So by putting him inside the bubble, there was no chance for the follow-up Slight, and then Omar gets out of there alive. Almost done his mech as well here. Won't be too long, and with the fact that Entity wants to keep pushing these fights into you, having the mech will be very nice for them.
I mean, that is definitely, you know, a dream scenario. If you can pick up those other items on these supports, you know, loving to be able to build up this Doom to be super greedy, which he absolutely has gone. The Midas into Octarine, has Boots of Travel. He's getting stalked now by Watson, who just turns and dooms him and says, fine, come fight me. Amar might end up regretting this move down bottom as they come on in with the rest of the squad, show up, get the finish. So that kill does definitely matter a lot. Kaori backs away, arrow comes through, connects now onto Toby, drops down the ulti, and well, with Noob moving into position, they get a counter kill. So offlaner for offlaner.
Yeah, great kill to get because they just want to keep pressuring. Like they don't want to play under any cooldowns right now on the side of Entity, so losing the Bloodseeker like that is just kind of frustrating. I feel like they would just like to keep pressuring like bottom tower for something, for example. There are a lot of waves coming through though. Top being pushed out a bit here from the illusions of that Medusa since the Manta style is up, so have to go and regulate that. Noob getting a bit feisty here. Oh, that was
Fishman.
He shaved off a couple hairs there on the chin.
That was scary. Kaori, he gets found.
Dude,
Burns through
Noob,
Pappas,
what are you
and
doing?
He's just dead. Noob now in further trouble, gets walloped.
Why did he go in?
Quest suddenly getting chased down hero by hero, and Toby, that spirit vessel, was not anticipating seeing that one get picked up. Omar, he still has the Pavis mech ready, and that keeps him alive. So Quest are keeping the gold lead into their favor, but Entity, they are starting to pick up.
Yeah, and I do like the Spirit Vessel versus the Doom, and it's good versus the Puck too, of course. She's like having the Urn, try and help control the hero, and try and like lock it down a little bit in fights, just because like the blink and stuff, and that little bit of added damage. Plus, you're planning on being really aggressive this game, so stacking up the charges pretty reliable. If you die with 0, you get 1 again, so it's definitely been a pretty big buff to the item overall. And he just sees consistency in it. He just keeps picking up when he plays this offlane role, and gonna help him move in towards that Aghanim Scepter next for the power of the Blood Mist.
Trent, you know something that I really appreciate nowadays?
What's that?
It's that some of these heroes, they have like lore built into their like way that you play them. Like Medusa, I feel like if you don't look at her, she's not real. That's the mentality I'm getting from Entity right now. It's just like,
that's good.
avoid eye contact, stay away, don't look at her. Like Stormstormer is just like farmed right in front of her and just like ran away when she went to last hit creeps. It's just like they don't want to touch this hero at all.
Oh, Kataomi just keeps like running under her. Maybe it's like a visual bug. Maybe they don't know where she is. They can't see her.
Right.
That must be what's happening. Yeah. It's the only explanation.
It definitely is a weird hero to see this happen with, though, where they're just like trying to dodge, never doing damage to her. It feels like it's just leave her alone. We don't want to even try and mess with it.
I know that he's third on net worth on this Ember Spirit, but consider the fact that Stormstormer has BKB, Phase, Corrosion, and Maelstrom right now. Like, he's keeping up pretty close to a Medusa and a Doom that are just free farming.
Yeah.
That is pretty frightening. He's currently not up top, though, where they're trying to push this fight in. They'll find Kaori in the tree line, but no stuns left. Already used the pounce. Amar as well.
He backs away. He'll get a Midas off likely, but will he get away?
Well, they need a better jump because they don't have Ember. So, I mean, that's the issue.
You know, they talked about the stuns. They need them. He needs the Ags on Slark. He's almost got it.
Off.
And then he has 2.
Commits.
Binding. And the back away. Arrow almost connects there on the Kataomi, but not quite going to be on the mark. So again, dodge, duck, dive. Get away from these heroes. Just hide and farm. We're last hit.
They have so many stacks.
They really do.
They just keep doing it.
That one was blocked, though.
Yeah. It's like, no. Maybe Shadow Demon took them again.
I think that he placed a Sentry Ward in there a little bit ago, and it it ran out probably now. So Watson will see that camp is not blocked, and we'll get back to farming as Fishman also farms up his items. And the no rush 20 minutes Dota build going on right now.
Yes, a very low amount of incursions into enemy territory. We're just chilling. We're farming. These BKBs, fresh, polished, never been used.
So this is what I want to talk to you about. What's Entity's plan? Because I'm looking at this Dota Plus win probability, and it feels like if nothing's happening, Dire is just winning, right? Like, it feels like they have to be making moves.
I keep thinking they're about to go, and then they just don't. So I don't really know. Like, every time I see an item on Slack, I'm like, there it is. Now, I mean, the eggs is about to come out. There it is, you know? That must be it. Then it's go time. Oh, that's a Scotty Unducer.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty scary. They find these pickoffs on Kaori, but now Noob shows up. I don't know if they actually want to continue this fight. Stormstormer pops the BKB, and yeah, the Quest are completely happy to back away from this. Amar just gets out underneath the Moonlight Shadow and, well, back to farming their camps.
Back to the well. Oh, wait, hold. Stormstormer could potentially find him if he does the math here.
Does he realize?
I mean, he has BKB TP, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. But
Middle tower is under attack.
He TP's
but
out.
now?
Stormstormer look.
Dude,
Oh,
like, actually, though. Imagine.
Yeah. Can you imagine if he did it?
Gets stuck down there, having used his TP. Of course, his TP is 20 seconds. His BKB lasts 9. He could probably survive long enough. Ooh, noob. Ooh.
Can you imagine if Kaori disrupted him there to save him as his TP out? He just ends up killing the puck. Not going to happen, though.
Radiant's middle tower is
I'm
under
feeling
attack.
like if you're Quest, you might be feeling ready to fight soon for themselves. Because, I mean, they're getting hella strong. You've got Scotty done on the Dusa. But Mar backs out, takes a bunch of damage, purges himself, and back to the farm.
Kanomi is flexing a little bit here, you know? He's popping up and shooting those damage. He's trying to see, like, how much do I do to a puck? How much do I do to a Doom here? Numbers aren't too bad. But once more, we just have the situation where the teammates don't want to fight. Is he... They're solo cresting each other. That's beautiful, Fishman and Kanomi. Well done.
That's awesome. So I guess that, Tim, it feels like both teams think they scale better into the late game. And one of them's right and one of them's wrong. So we're going to find out which is which here, Trent, I guess.
That is the name of the game, I guess, huh? See who gets to keep their Ancient. As that's now a Blink Dagger for Doom. We're finally going to do the Tormentors.
That's on
Fun
me.
little team activity.
And, yeah, Clinks gets the Burning Barrage. Nobody yet going over for it for Dire. They're comfortable just chilling some more. Have you seen the Bloodseeker ags that often? You were talking about it earlier.
I've seen it quite a few times. It's just kind of funny. I don't know. It's kind of hilarious. That's how I view it. Just looks great. I don't know. He's just spewing blood. I mean, the first line, Bloodseeker sprays his blood continuously in the area around. Like, I don't know. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Every time I see it, it just makes me laugh.
You know what it is? Toby's a Darkseer player, and he just is playing a new version of Darkseer. It's new Iron Shell on him.
Yeah, there you go.
Big Iron Shell.
It is really strange.
Smoke up. Quest. They're ready to break the stalemate, but everybody from Entity are up here. Moonlight Shadow, Toby, is he going to get caught? They have vision. They know he's right there in the trees. Smoke breaks, hiding him. They're clicking right on top of him. Do they have enough for the finish? They don't connect with the arrow, but don't need it. Bloodseeker dead. And Amar looking for more. Not able to find Watson off to the side. Fishman, they're still hanging out here. Koyo connects now onto Watson. He backs away, but the silence onto Noob, starting to die and gone. Turn, Katomi, he's found for the moment. Amar wants to save this Doom for the Slurk. As the back away happens, Fishman is going for the drain, but that just means he's going to end up dying. And well, instead, they find the Doom onto the Ember. That's even a better opportunity for him. Buyback comes out from both the Puck and the Pugna.
Oh, they're all
Stormstormer
coming
buys
back.
comes into the fight. No more Doom ready. Remnant through onto 2. Do they have the damage, though? TA2000, he is way too strong for this. They don't have nearly enough. This Medusa is so impossible to kill right now. Stormstormer has to TP out. Will he manage to escape? He will. Fishman, I don't think he's quite going to be so lucky. Although Amar starts to die. Fishman just turns and kills him. TA2000 gets the Ultra, but Fishman, he did get Amar.
Well, it was a noble effort in this one there, guys. But I think that maybe we're finding out who scales a bit better. That was almost the best way that fight could start. Coil gets used and wasted on the Slark. He just dark packs out afterward. Like, I think it was like during the mini dark pack, because by the time I looked after the Coil noise, he was already unstunned. So he must have been like dark packing. Oh, we got to replay. And then that Orchid pop up right there was just like, this is the best case scenario. You just killed the enemy mid with your fresh Orchid from the Clings. It's going to force the buyback eventually out of the puck. I'm not actually sure if they hit TA2000 here. I think they were trying to ignore the Medusa.
Right.
Because I'm watching the Slark in the back. He tries to chase Omar up there at the top of your screen, as you can see. Misses. He gets disrupted. So that's when Stormstormer's dying. Then they're like, okay, we got to buy back. Get back into the fight. They have the tier 1 tower in the top lane, so they can get there. But TA2000, like, there's just nothing happening. That mana bar is not moving.
It's really, really not. I mean, it's like you said, best maybe just to ignore, because you're not killing her. That's for damn sure. They took down Amar, but this Medusa is a problem. Has Butterfly now done as we come back into the real world? Oh, God. Scary, scary hero.
But have you considered spraying blood at her? 'Cause perhaps That will do something.
So you know what is cool about this? I saw the blink dagger with this build, because you don't take any damage when you have the shield on you.
Ooh,
And
true.
so
Okay, that's cool.
You can blink out after. The problem is blink dagger doesn't do any damage to Dusa, and Ember, he just dies again. TA2000 picks up the kill after another Doom used.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, game is hard, Trent.
Radiant's top
Yeah,
tower is
yeah, it
under
really
attack.
is.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
What to do at this point now as Entity? I mean, you're gonna have to do some crazy split pushing, I guess.
Radiant's top tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
that's kinda
Really
what it
crazy
feels.
split pushing.
I mean, Slark is trying to get into the Bloodthorn, which again makes sense to me. Like they've got to get some of this, like, you know, True Strike onto the Dusa. Katomi's building up a Diffusal Blade, because the Butterfly is just really hard to deal with. But Entity, they know what to do. Go take the Tor. Okay, never mind. They're gonna back away from it.
I mean, right now, Quest, like, there have definitely been some games where teams have tried to end it with a similar lead and ended up running into trouble, just because we do have quite a bit of kill, like, I guess, like, death bleed, maybe, like comeback gold, comeback experience. Suddenly things can get back a lot quicker. But in this current state, with this Medusa and an Aegis, I'm not feeling like that's going to be an issue for them, especially, I mean, Amar's at like 3,000 HP right now. He just finished a Shiva's. I do not see how you fight this guy. Watson is going to need approximately 8,000 Essence Shift stacks.
That's a lot.
Then I think he can fight, yeah.
That is a lot. He still might miss, though.
Well, he can get them because they have 2 Solar Crests. So,
okay.
you know,
That
that
makes
should
sense.
help.
Are fortified.
One for the enemy, one for you. I like
Oh.
it. You remember when Shine used to give you, like, a chance at True Strike? Jump in?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that
Accuracy,
didn't really work.
I believe. And then Atos had accuracy for a bit.
Yeah. Kaori. Arrow. He has to pop the BKB. Stormstormer, not feeling great about that one. And I think T said that they can walk high ground and just hit their throne. And we're going to test to see if that is indeed true now, as they start with the Rax. And right now, no answer for Medusa.
Radiant's
Not even a little bit.
They're done the farming side quests. They're now on to the main quest objectives, which is destroy the enemy throne. You know, they're finally going to do the story missions. They've had enough time going around, doing the fun side stuff. They got all huge. They found all the legendary pieces of armor.
Right. You know, that is a thing, right? Is that sometimes the sort of final quest ends up feeling a little underwhelming because you're over leveled for
You're a
for
little too
finishing it.
overpowered. Yeah, I'd say so. I think
kinda
they
what it
spent a
feels
little
like.
bit too time exploring the map.
They have found every side quest. Yeah, TA2000 ready to hit again. 2.5 minutes left on this Aegis. How much damage can they get done then?
Radiant's
a lot.
middle tower has fallen.
God, how close are they to this Bloodthorn? Like, it feels like they have to get Bloodthorn, and even that does not feel great.
Radiant's middle
As Toby
tower is under attack.
Ogre seals himself away. Down to 600
Flopping.
HP.
Flopping to safety.
Radiant structures
All right, they're going to
have
smoke to break their high ground.
fallen.
Entity
Radiant's
are.
middle tower is under
They're
The
on high ground.
backstab.
Amar, he finds one. It's the Clinks right at the start. He's going to die yet again. Buys back. I mean, they're feeling like this is their moment that they got to go. Or they're just feeling really not great about the game.
Radiant's middle
One or the
tower
other.
is under attack.
Kaori.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He's down on the low ground. TA2000 continues to hit the racks. If they stay in formation, Entity have to run at them. Otherwise, they're just going to lose everything.
Radiant's middle barracks.
This is one of the stranger games of Dota I've watched.
Yeah,
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
yeah. They're gonna hit the throne now, Trent. They're gonna
There's so
keep
many
right
of them.
clicking.
He just starts shuffling them around like the cops with the ball, so they lose track of which one was real. You know, standing in the middle.
Radiant's
Come on
middle
now.
tower has fallen.
They are well. That's the real one. They found the real one, Trent.
Aha!
And Ignore the Medusa. If you ignore the Medusa, she's not real. As
All right, guys,
Stormstormer
I'm
dies
done.
to the Doom. All right, now they're not ignoring the Medusa anymore. She still has just a minute left on it. Hitting heroes, hitting buildings. GG is called. Quest were very correct about them scaling well into the late game.
Yeah, I would say so.